Ever feel like investing is this exclusive club you're not invited to? Something only for people with tons of money and fancy degrees? Well, I want you to stick with me for just a few minutes because we're about to bust that myth wide open. We're going to talk about one of the simplest, most powerful ways to build wealth, the Systematic Investment Plan, or SIP. By the time we're done, you'll see exactly how you can get started on your own investment journey. Let's jump in. I get it. The world of investing can feel, well, intimidating, right? You hear all this jargon being thrown around, you see these charts that look like a roller coaster, and there's this feeling that if you make one wrong move, you'll lose everything. It is totally normal to feel a bit lost and wonder where on earth you're supposed to begin. And that feeling usually leads to these two massive misconceptions. First, you think you need a mountain of cash just to get in the game. Or second, you think you have to be some kind of fortune teller who knows the exact perfect moment to buy and sell. These are the very ideas that stop so many people before they even start. But guess what? They're not true. There is a much, much simpler way. And that simple way is the Systematic Investment Plan, the SIP. Now, don't let the name fool you. This isn't some complex financial instrument. Honestly, the best way to think about it is as your financial side pick. It's this reliable, steady strategy that helps you build your wealth bit by bit without all the stress and guesswork. So what is a SIP exactly? At its heart, it's just a really disciplined way to invest. You decide on a fixed amount of money, whatever works for you, and you invest it automatically at a regular time, usually every month, into a mutual fund. It's not about making one giant splash. It's about the power of showing up consistently. The whole genius of it is right there in the name. It's systematic. And here's why it's so great for beginners. First off, it's automated. You set it up once, and the money gets invested directly from your bank account. You literally set it and forget it. It's also super affordable. You can often start with as little as 500 rupees a month. Each time you invest, that money buys you units in a fund. And because you're doing this every month, you completely take the guesswork out of trying to time the market. Okay, so you might be thinking, I get it. I invest a little bit every month, but how does that small amount actually turn into, real wealth? Well, that's where the magic happens. It all comes down to two incredibly powerful principles working together behind the scenes. Think of them as the secret superpowers of your SIP. So superpower number one is something called rupee cost averaging. Because your investment amount stays the same every month, you naturally buy more units when the price is low and fewer units when the price is high. It's like putting your bargain hunting on autopilot. And then there's superpower number two, the legend itself, the power of compounding. This is where your investment returns start making their own returns. It creates this amazing snowball effect that just gets bigger and bigger over time. Let's actually see rupee cost averaging in action. Imagine you invest 5,000 rupees every month. In the first month, the price is 50 rupees a unit, so you get 100 units. Simple. But look at month 3. The price goes up to 75 rupees. Now your 5,000 only gets you about 66 units. Then in month 4, the price dips down to 55 rupees. That same 5,000 rupees now buys you more units, almost 91. See what happened? You automatically bought more when it was cheaper without having to think about it. Over time, this smooths out your average cost and can really supercharge your returns. And as for that second superpower, compounding, well, this quote says it all. It's so powerful, it's often called the eighth wonder of the world. Compounding is what turns those small, steady investments into something truly significant. The secret ingredient isn't a huge amount of money. It's time. All you have to do is start, stay consistent, and let time work its magic for you. Okay, all this theory sounds great, but what does it actually look like in real life for your goals? Let's take a look at how these principles can transform small monthly habits into major financial wins for things like retirement, your kids' education, or even a down payment on a house. Okay, so meet Ramesh. He starts a 5,000 rupee SIP every month. He just keeps at it consistently for 30 years. Assuming a pretty standard 12% average annual return, that steady investment could potentially grow to over 1.7 crore rupees. I mean, how amazing is that? That's the mind-blowing power of long-term discipline. Or what about Priya? She's saving up for her child's education. A more modest SIP of just 2,000 rupees a month for 15 years could grow to around 8.3 lakh rupees. Suddenly, a huge future expense starts to feel a whole lot more achievable. And this strategy isn't just for goals that are decades away. Take Amit, who's saving for a down payment. By putting away 3,000 rupees a month, he could build up a fund of over 2.1 lakh rupees in just 5 years.
This really shows you how flexible an SIP can be for all kinds of goals.
So, are you feeling inspired, ready to get going? I hope so, because starting is probably a lot easier than you think. Let's walk through a simple 5-step mission to get you from thinking about it to actually doing it. Here's your game plan. First, you've got to know your why. What are you saving for? Second, be honest with yourself about your comfort level with risk. Are you a cautious driver or a thrill seeker? Third, based on those answers, you can research and pick a mutual fund that actually makes sense for you. Fourth is the one-time setup stuff, completing your KYC and linking your bank account. And finally, step 5, the most important step of all, just stay consistent. All right, once you're up and running, there are a few key things to keep in mind that will help you really succeed over the long haul. Let's cover some pro tips that'll help you navigate the journey with confidence and avoid those common beginner mistakes. 4 simple rules will make all the difference. 1, always invest with a goal. It'll keep you motivated. 2, and this is a big one, when the market gets choppy, and it will, don't panic. Remember, those market dips are actually when your money is buying more units. Think of it as a sale. 3, when you're picking a fund, don't just chase last year's top performer. And 4, just take a peek at your portfolio every 6 months or so to make sure you're still on the right track. At the end of the day, a SIP isn't just a financial product. It's a commitment to your future self. It's proof that you don't need a fortune to start building one. You just need a plan and the discipline to stick with it. Every big goal is reached one small, consistent step at a time. So the only question left is, what will you start building today?